Hi, Daniel. Good afternoon. It's good to see you.
Thank you, Favor. I hope I'm audible enough.
Yes, you are. Hi, Daniel Nietzsche. How are you doing? Good to see you also. Hi, Corridor. Welcome on board. It's good to have you here.
Yeah, Favor. What's up? Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. So I want to say, should we will be probably give like 5 minutes grace for people to join in, extra 5 minutes for people to join in.
Oh, we are still waiting for people to join. Good afternoon, all. We're happy to have you. Thank you, Favor. Thank you, Korede. Thank you, Daniel, for your presence. Mr. Daniel Onechi, good afternoon. How are you doing today? And Mr. Demola, you're welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll guard the top.
Hi everyone. Good afternoon. I think we said we're going to like wait for 5 minutes. I think more people are still joining us along the line. Because you all know that this is our Nigerian time. Um, However, I will just quickly introduce myself. I'm assuming that there are quite a number of guests here, and after introducing myself, I would allow other colleagues to introduce themselves to those of you that have come in here. So please let me know if you can hear me, and I will just introduce myself.
Can
Can
hear
hear
You all
you.
me.
hear me?
I can hear you, but it's still kind of, shaky though.
Is it better now?
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
Okay. All right. So I'll just rephrase myself, repeat myself all over again. I was saying that I would just like to for us to go ahead and start with the people we have on here. I think more people are joining us along the line. In the meantime, I'm going to introduce myself and I will introduce my other colleagues too, for those of you that are just joining us here, and just go through. I can see, I don't know if we can all, see the outline of today's meeting. I think it's showing there. So my name is Favor, and I happen to be the community manager at the Bob Africa. And some of you probably would remember me from the NYSC camp. I came to speak to you guys about breaking into tech and, you know, how to help you. And today this webinar basically is talking about how to break into tech and get remote jobs and, join in our fellowship here at the Bob. A lot of you have asked me questions about, you don't really know what this course is all about. You don't know what product analysis is about, product management, data analysis is about, product management. You don't actually know what you want to venture into in tech. So basically, this is just going to be explaining and making it easier and simple for you so that you are able to know what you want to go into. We are just going to be explaining it further. Also, we are also going to give you guidelines and steps on the registration processes at the Bob Africa for you to be able to join our fellowship program. So that will be handled by Korede Samuels. He will be the one that he will introduce himself to. And then I also have with us, you can see him on your screen now. Currently, his name is Daniel Oyaga. Daniel happens to be an alumni of the Bob Africa. He was a member of our fellowship. We'd like to call people that go through our tech courses fellows. So Daniel Ayaga happens to be in the first cohort that the Bob had. I think I'm correct. We call him Alpha, and he's now currently working in his field, and he would be addressing you guys shortly for 10 minutes on, how to break into tech. But in the meantime, I'll just let everybody introduce themselves. My colleagues introduce themselves. So over to you, Daniel, then Korede.
All right. I want to believe it is me. Yeah, because we have to Daniel, I guess. So, all right. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Daniel, and it's an opportunity and a privilege to be here this afternoon to have a chat with every one of you about breaking into tech. I'm a backend developer, and then during the session properly, you get to know me more and what I do and how I do what I do, and also how you can harness the opportunities we'll be discussing. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Over to you, Korede. You're the next person on my screen.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Let me say my prospective tech talent. And there's a reason why I'm calling you guys that. You know along the line. So my name is Korede Samuel. I'm the programs coordinator for fellowship. and I'll be speaking on how you can enroll for the programs and also the discounts applied and how you can also get it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Korede. I'll let Daniel Nechi. I know Daniel, most of you have been seeing a lot of Daniel Nechi on the WhatsApp group chat. I think most of you probably are joining the links through the WhatsApp group chat. So I would like for you to just meet Daniel Nechi. Daniel, are you there? We can't hear you.
Hi, hello. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Daniel Inechi. Work with the Bob team. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Daniel. I think Gabriel is on here. Okay, I think he's on hold. So in the meantime, I think we've gone past introduction. I will just pass over to Daniel to just go ahead and talk about his presentation today with us. All right.
Fantastic. Thank you, Favor. I hope I'm audible enough.
Yes, you are.
Okay. I actually wanted to prepare some slides, but I felt this should be like a heart-to-heart conversation. So I will just do all of my talk as it's coming. Because for me, I think that one of the good thing about this session is that you are hearing firsthand from somebody who has passed through the fellowship. And now I'm working, and so everything I'm going to say is exactly how it is, and most likely what you experience, possibly when you also come into the fellowship. So the topic before us is breaking into tech and also getting remote jobs. Breaking into tech, how do you break into tech? I think the first question should be, why should you break into tech? You should break into tech because tech, as you already know, it's one of the most sought after talents globally, not just in Nigeria, globally. In other words, if you happen to leave the shores of Nigeria at any time and you go to practically any country in the world, in this planet Earth, you will get a job as a tech talent, provided you have the necessary tech skills. So it's one of the highly sought after skills in terms of workplace globally. So for me, I think that is a very big, very, very big added skill or opportunity, because it means that in a way you are almost indispensable. So that is the reason why I feel that you should break into tech, and every one of you listening to me should break into tech. You shouldn't think about it twice. You know, for someone like me, it took me 10 years before I could break into tech, because I was thinking, should I break in? Should I not break in? Should I break in? Should I not break in? And 10 years passed, but thankfully, eventually I took the step. So you shouldn't have to wait that long in your own situation. Then the second reason why you should break into tech is that, number two, is that it is a field that is highly paying. Like, I mean, you can literally know what your start salary will be. You can literally know what your salary will be in 3 months' time, 6 months' time, 12 months' time. Like, you can actually project it. Okay, there is no other industry out there that you have that level of assurance or certainty as per, this is December now, so by December next year I should be earning ×2 or ×3 or what I'm earning currently. There is no other industry, including the medical industry, that gives you such an amount of leverage or opportunity. None. Then the last one, there are actually a lot of reasons why I should break into tech, but I will just talk about 3. The last one is that, am I still audible? Just write in the chat box, or so that I know I'm not speaking to myself.
Yes, you are.
Okay, fantastic. So the last one is that flexibility. It gives you have a lot of flexibility in terms of what you do, how you work, and what you do, basically. What do I mean by flexibility? I'll give you a practical example. This is December now. From January to December, I can tell you that I have never had any reason to either take a bus or take Uber that I'm going to work. The reason is that I work from my bedroom. So I don't pay any money. I don't incur any expenses on transportation, fueling, and the likes. Okay. My job is very flexible. I work right from my bedroom. I clock in using Teams. I clock out. So I'm done for today and all of that. And then by the end of the month, I get my paycheck. So there are very, very little or practically no other job industry that gives you this amount of flexibility that right from your bedroom, you can connect to other people across the globe and you are working, like you are really contributing meaningfully, building good products, people are using the product and all of that. There is really no other industry out there that gives you these three eggs in one basket. So for me, these are the major reasons why I think that all of you listening to me, you should break into tech. So perhaps you have plans to japa, bro or sis. I tell you, if you japa today and you have this tech skill, you are going to be among the top in wherever country you find yourself. Okay, you are not just going to go to that country and you start saying you are looking for a job or let me just manage this. No, there is nothing like that because the tech skill that you be getting at the end of the fellowship is something that is highly sought after. A lot of company needs your skill sets. So that's why you should break into tech. Then the other subtopic says that how do you break into tech? So basically, when people say tech, it's actually a word that has been misused a lot of times. But I think the aspect that really concerns us this afternoon is the programming or programming basically, because people that also repair computers, they tell you that they are into tech. So, which I think that's not why we are here. Okay, I have friends that sell phones, Android phones in Computer Village, and they tell you that I'm into tech. Okay, so that's not the aspect we are looking at this afternoon, actually. So the aspect I think we are all looking at is how do you become a software engineer or software developer? How do you become a data scientist? How do you become a product engineer or product manager? What does it take? What do I need to do? What are the opportunities and all of that? So I will just quickly run through. The first one is that we have, just like in the university, we have different specializations. For example, I studied electrical engineering. In my faculty back then, we have mechanical engineering, civil engineering, electrical engineering, production engineering, different, okay? So also in this tech, in quotes, in this programming or tech industry too, we have different specializations, okay? So everyone out there, we are all tech, but when you really come in, we have like area of specialty that we all work. So for example, one of the specialties is called the front-end development or front-end engineering. Then the second one is called the back-end development or back-end engineering. Then we have this one. I really love this one so much. It's called the DevOps, development operations. Okay, DevOps, that's the third one. Then we have data science, data analysis. I will just group all of that into one basket. Then we also have another one area that we call the product management, product design. I will group those two in one basket. Okay. Then we have some very complex ones that you probably have heard about. Things they are usually known with a lot of buzzwords: machine learning, ML, AI, artificial intelligence, VR, virtual reality. You know, now there is something that is even called generative AI. So we have all of these fields, right? Let me start from the last three: ML, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and maybe robotics. Let's put robotics there soon. Usually for people like you who are trying to come into the industry, I usually do not counsel that you go for any of this any of this specialty, more especially because you are just trying to come into the industry. It is not like those areas are not selling, not like they are not in high demand, not like they are not good. No, that's not the point. But for someone like you, because they are really advanced, like really, really advanced stuff that's might take a while before you really before you are able to really have a grasp of what it is about. So I do not really counsel that you go for machine learning, you go for artificial intelligence, you go for robotics, you go for virtual reality, right? And I already answered why, because they're really complex. One, two is that it's going to take you a far longer time before you're able to really understand what it's all about, and then before you start making money. My personal philosophy is that you should pick a skill or a specialty that the moment you are through, let's say like it's a 6-month training, for example, the moment you are through, you are able to almost get a job immediately and you are earning money, and then you are gaining job experience, you are improving your skill sets, and then you can start thinking, oh, you know what, I want to diversify into another area. That one is far better than you starting with a program or a course and it's taking you 2 years, 3 years, 4 years before you're able to finish it. You might get discouraged. So that's why I don't really counsel those last three: artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics, for beginners like you, except if you already have some background. Maybe you have a background in computer science, for example. Then I can say, okay, no problem. Then we have the front-end engineering or front-end development. Basically, that one entails, I will give you a very practical example. Like the word says, front end. That means that everything you can see right in your front is what front end entails when it comes to programming. So to make it more practical, let's take Facebook, for example. Almost everyone has Facebook accounts. You go on Facebook, you log in, you probably you see some pictures, you see some buttons. Maybe your friend has posted his or a picture, you like or you comment on the picture, a video or whatever. All of those interactions that you can see right in your front, is called front-end development. The color, why is the color blue? Why is the logo on the top left? Why is it not at the bottom right? All of those interactions, they are called front-end development. So the people who sit down and write some code, put some text, basically code is just text, put some text together, and then it turns out to be what you can see on your Facebook, for example. Those people, we call them front-end engineers or front-end developers. Okay, then we have another group of people that are called the back-end developers or back-end engineers or back-end specialization. So basically, from the word back-end, it means it's at the back. You actually do not see what these people do. You just know that, okay, this thing is working. Okay, somebody has put some text together. There's one or two magic here and there, and then the thing is working. So, for example, let me give you a very, very practical example. You probably have asked yourself that, have I exceeded my time because I talk a lot? Oh, yeah,
No, you
yeah,
haven't.
muted. Oh, okay. So
You haven't.
basically, all right. So basically, the front-end engineers, let's look at a very practical example. Let's take Facebook, for example, again. Maybe you have a friend in Canada who has posted his or her graduation picture, and then you are here in Lagos. Immediately, the person posts his or her picture in Canada. You here in Nigeria, you see the picture right on your Facebook page. Almost instantly, the person is posting it. And then you comment and say, oh, hello, congratulations on the successful graduation, blah, blah, blah. And the person to right there in Canada sees that, oh, my friend in Lagos has wished me well, sent some messages. The person also sees your comments almost real time, almost at the point where you typed it, right? How is your comments able to travel from Lagos down to Toronto in Canada? How is your friend's picture in Toronto on our Facebook page able to get to your own Facebook wall here in Lagos? Okay? If you have ever asked yourself how all of this was made possible, and who are the people that make this thing to happen this way, is actually the people we call the back-end engineers. Okay, and those people, their specialization is called the back-end development. So basically, they are written some code behind, okay, remember, back end. So they've written some code at the back of the application, okay, that takes the picture of your friend in Canada and does some magic, and then you in Lagos, you see the picture, you comment, your friend in Canada sees the comments almost real time. The same thing applies to a lot of us. Like me, I use GT a lot. You dial on your mobile phone, just that *73 blah 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 star amount, and you send, and then your bank account is debited. the person you want to transfer money to is credited a particular amount almost instantly. How is that possible? How did just numbers enter your bank account? Just you dialing *7 something and then an amount is deducted and the other person gets the credit alert and all of that, right? So that's all process flow, okay? So many things is happening behind the scene that you and I do not see physically, unlike the front end people. Whatever those people do, you always see it, okay? You always see it. Remember front end, the word front. Now, so for the back end, those people, they are called back end engineers because you don't physically see the code that they write or the immediate effects of what they do, but you just know that this thing is working. Okay, just like you're able to the two examples are already given, right? So that's what the back end entails. Now, the third specialization, which I'll talk about, is called the DevOps, development operations. That is the full meaning of DevOps. It's actually a very interesting field and also very, in fact, all of these that I'm explaining, they are all high-paying. Every single one of them, they are all high-paying and they're also highly in demand. So for the DevOps, what do they really do? DevOps. Basically, I don't know if you have, like in my school, I went to Ekpoma, and sorry, my stories are very long, but like I said, I'm just trying to make this whole thing very interactive so that it's more of an art to ask conversation. So I went to Ekpoma. Back when I was in school back then, whenever there is 1 or 2 strike or riots, students would go to the server house. Actually, they've seen it. They would just throw fire on it. And before you know, they will see all the result of all the students burnt down, right? What was happening was that in the Senate building back then in my school, we had this computer lab and they've stored all student record, everything just lying down inside the computer in one building, physical building somewhere. So the student will just go there and they will throw fire and then that is the end of it. The same thing applies to banks. Prior to this time, in banks too, all your record, okay, you have an account with GT, First Bank, Wema, or whatever, all your record, okay, lives in a physical server. We call it server means where we actually keep files, okay, software files. So every transaction that you have or you make on your app, for example, or with your bank or whatever, all of those lives in a physical server, right? Prior to this time. And then the server usually are somewhere. Like for example, First Bank, the server usually used to be in Surulere, around that Igbomu side. So it's actually a physical building. Okay. And all this from the top of the building to the bottom of the building, like the ground floor, is filled with computers, servers, hard drives. That's all of this information are being kept. It's a physical place. So, and that place is susceptible to a lot of things. I mean, there could be fire outbreak and all of that, blah, blah, blah. So what now happened was that there was not a new innovation that rather than you storing all the files in one physical computer in one building somewhere with AC chilling the computers morning to night around the clock, somebody's developed something and say, you know what, let us put all of this information in the cloud. Okay, when we say cloud, what do we really mean? Cloud in literal meaning, it actually means the cloud, like the cloud when you raise up your head and you look up the cloud, right? So somebody developed something and kept some stuff in the space, which is what we call cloud. So in the space now, for example, Microsoft have their servers in the cloud, Google have their server in the cloud as well, right? So what then happens is that if, for example, a bank develops an application, okay, rather than taking the application or you make a transaction, you pay money to someone and the person receive money, blah, 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 all of that whole transaction history, rather than keep them in a physical computer in one physical building somewhere, this person decided, let's keep all of this information in the cloud. So the DevOps engineers, the DevOps people, what they practically do is that they take these files that you already know, they take these files and then they transfer these files into the cloud, okay, in a process that we call deployments. I'm just trying to break down all of this so that you understand it. But they're actually more complex than what I'm saying, but At the very basic level, this is what it is. So they take these files and then they send it to the cloud. Okay, rather than sending it to one physical building, Surulere, Igomu, they send it to the cloud. So there are people that their own job every day is to ensure that all your transactions are not kept in one physical building. They are sent down to the cloud. Those people, we call them DevOps engineers. That is their work. Okay, so they take the application, they deploy it. Take the application, they deploy it. Right? I'll give another very practical example. I think some weeks ago, I'm a very good user of Access Bank. Some weeks ago, Access Bank for like 1 or 2 days, I don't know if you saw it. Nobody could use the app, nobody could make transaction, nobody could, and then everybody was just shouting and complaining. Right? So basically what happened was that somebody was supposed to transfer some files, okay, into the cloud. Thank you, Corey. Someone's supposed to transfer some files into the cloud, okay, and the person messed up some settings, some configuration, and all of that, and then it affected everybody in the country. In fact, not just in the country, anybody using Access Bank for that period, nobody could access the app, okay, or using their whatever. So that is the work of DevOps people. It's a very, very interesting area. Then the last area, no, second to the last area I'll talk about is data science, data analysis. Another very nice specialty that you could also look at. That's one basically like the word says data science, data analysis. So basically those people, they interact with a lot of data. When we say data, data is not just the recharge card you buy. Okay, data, for example, on this call now, we have our 14 people. That is data. Who joined first and all of that? Who said what to what? So all this information are being stored, like on this app we're using, Microsoft Teams. They have this data, this record of who was the first person to log in, what's this person's name, where is the person logging in from. Even everything I've said so far, what I'll say, we call it data. Okay, it generates data. So what is the work of data scientists or data analysis? Let's make it very practical. Sometime like me, I load recharge card from GT Bank. I use *77 blah 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 to buy the card. So I think there was a time that they started sending me SMS I should buy. So the highest amount I buy at a point at a particular period is like 400 naira recharge card. So, and I'm very consistent with buying this 400 naira recharge card. I noticed that they started sending me SMS that, oh, bro, you could actually get, if you are low on recharge card, you can actually get some loan, you could borrow free credits and all of that, of like 2K and all of that. And I was wondering, why are people sending me this kind of SMS? How do you know I'm able to afford this amount of money? It's very simple. Now, what happens is that the people working at the MTN, the data scientists people working in MTN or working in any company, basically, they've seen how many times I recharge. What is the amount I recharge? What are the days I recharge? And what is the time that I usually do this recharge? They have this data. And somebody has sat down, which we are calling a data scientist in this sense, or a data analyst, have sat down, analyze this information and say, look, Daniel usually loads a recharge card 4 times in a week, and the maximum amount is 400 naira. Okay, maybe as evenings, for example, maybe every 5 o'clock or whatever. So it means that Daniel might be interested in a loan, like what's it called? Loan, or what do they call this? Recharge, borrow credits and all of that. Exactly. Yeah. You might be interested in this product. Okay. So the person sits down, based on my record, based on my data, does this analysis and then come up with some proposal of products. Okay. And discusses with the team, and the team comes up with borrow me credits products, and then they begin to suggest this to me either through SMS, either through email, or whatever medium they can reach me. They begin to send all of this. Okay, the same thing applies. Okay, I think yesterday, if you have friends on WhatsApp, you must have seen this Spotify. What's it called? Everybody sharing how many hours they stream Spotify, right? Can I get some? Let me know. I just feel like I'm talking to myself. Please let somebody say something so I know that you have all been listening and I'm not talking to myself.
Yeah, we are listening.
Right. Fantastic. Thank you so much for the feedback. So let's look at Spotify. I think it was either yesterday or 2 days ago. Like every one of my status, I don't use Spotify, but I mean, with looking at their statuses yesterday or 2 days ago, I could tell, oh, so this guy even have a Spotify account. Yeah, so you stream Spotify. Somebody shared his own, and I think the total hour of streaming was 14,000 hours. How was Spotify able to know that this person has streamed this person has used this application for this number of hours? That is because they have the data. Do you want to mute yourself, Olanipekun? Okay. So this is because they have this record, right? They have this record, and then they sat down. The data scientists working in Spotify, the data analysts working in Spotify, they sat and they look at the record for every of that customer. They analyzed it, and then they came up with a report, which the distributor, everybody were all posting it yesterday and 2 days ago, right? So that is just a very basic example of what this data analyst and data scientist does. It is far more complex than what I've said, like far complex. Okay, like ChatGPT, for example, is working. There's a lot of data analysis behind the scene working for you to be able to use ChatGPT, right? So I will just leave that one there like that. Then we have the last group, the product designers, product managers. Okay, like the word product managers, product designers. So what do? They design products, right? Then the other one, they manage product. What is a product? A product could be practically anything you can think of. Anything you can think of. But in this case now, we are looking at tech products, right? Let me look for a very good example. Let's look at Jumia. Jumia is a platform where people buy and sell. Okay. On one side, the platform itself is a product. Okay. If you are working in Jumia, you see Jumia application as a product and not just buying and selling, right? So Jumia, when they started, we all know that they started with so you can come online, buy stuff, it gets delivered to you, make payment and all of that. And then later they came up with another product. They came out with Jumia Food. Okay. I think they are shutting down Jumia Food very soon, or probably even shut it down. Then they came out with Jumia Pay, right? You can make payments. So how is Jumia, that started as an online e-commerce website, is able to transition into other areas like payments, like food and all of that? That is because people who we call product designers or product managers, these two are different though, but I'm just trying to merge them together. So that's because this category of people looks at available data on this platform. They come and say, you know what, people who are shopping, that they are buying whatever phones or whatever, they might also be interested in food, right? And then they come up with some products. They have the data already. So the data scientists also analyze this data too. And then they come up with some possible products, right? And then these people, they do some designs. Okay, by designs, I mean like, in a way, let's just say like some graphic stuff, right? And then they look at when people come on our websites, where do they start from? Okay, how do they travel? How do they journey through our websites from viewing the product to when they pay? How many times do they come to the websites? How many minutes do they stay and all of that? So very complex, basically. But in simple terms, the product designers, they design tech products, basically tech products, not maybe, I don't know if they can, actually, I think they can also design other products too, tangible products as well, but design tech products. So those are the areas I will really talk about in terms of breaking into techs. Then the other side to my topic says get remote jobs. If you join us at the very beginning, I already give you 3 reasons why you should break into tech. Then for remote jobs, of course, like I said, from January to this second I'm talking to you, I have never paid for Uber. That, oh, I'm going to work, I want to take Uber. I've never paid. I've never paid taking a bus and say, oh, because I'm going to work, that's why I'm taking this bus. Why? The reason is because I work right from my bedroom. I work remotely, basically. Okay. And then when we say remote jobs, you could get local remote jobs. That means the company is here in Nigeria. You don't go to office physically, but the company is here in Nigeria. For example, you can be working with Sterling Bank, but they allow you to work from your home or from a co-working space. right? Provided you do your job. Then we have the foreign remote job, which is what I'm just fortunate to have one foreign remote job. So basically, the company I work for is not based here in Nigeria. The company is based in Europe, but I work right from Ikorodu, supporting and building products for a company in Europe, and I get paid. So I'm able to do all of this because of tech skill, right? Like I told you in the beginning, no other industry will give you such flexibility. So how do you get remote jobs? The first thing is that you already need to have the skill sets. If you don't have this skill set, you cannot get the job, this category of jobs. The jobs are actually there, like the jobs are there, right? So, but you need to get the skill set, which is, I think, the next person talking after me will talk more about how do you get started. So for getting a remote job, there are so many platforms you can use. You can use LinkedIn, you can use Indeed, you can use Glassdoor, you can use ICT jobs. I can send all of this to the chat box much later. Okay, then you also need to network with people. There are already people who have remote jobs. I have friends that they have 2, 3, 4 remote jobs. They're looking for who to give one to, right? So these are basically the ways you can land a remote jobs. There are already platforms there. You just leverage on the platform. There are also remote job recruiters. Okay, that's what they do is that they help you get remote jobs, basically. So I don't know if there is question, because if you leave me, I can talk from now till
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Daniel. I know that a lot of people right now will have a lot of questions for you, and I would just say that just gather your questions and write them down. At the end of this whole session, there's going to be a Q&A, and we'll be able to answer your questions. So in the meantime, I'm just going to bring up Korede to talk about, the fellowship program at the BOB Africa. Yeah, you can please give a round of applause for Daniel Oyaga, and thank you so much for taking out your time to speak to them. He's an alumni of the BOB. All right, so over to you, Korede.
Thank you, Favor. Thank you, Danny Malga. When I grow up, I want to be like you. So that I'll be having 2 to 3 jobs. Not Nigeria, not in Nigeria.
Okay, no
I want
problem.
international jobs. All right, that's fine. Hi guys, how are we all doing? So like I said earlier, I called you guys prospective tech talents. And because I believe very soon you guys are going to join our community, you're going to join our training, and I believe from there you guys are going to, transition from a regular job owner to a tech bro, just like Daniel has on his app. All right, so it's a very, very simple step. It's a very, very simple step. But before I go ahead and tell you how you guys can apply, the first step I always like to lay emphasis on is your readiness. Like I always tell people that are trying to come into our program that fellowship at the BOB Institute, we don't train you like secondary school or university. Secondary school, they train you secondary school so that they'll get you ready for university. Then university, I don't know what they train. Okay, they train after training for university, I think it's for you to get ready for your NYC. But this is an institute whereby we train you, and what we're expecting is for you to be job ready. I believe by month, for those of you that will be having the 4-month course, I believe by month 3, you guys should be ready and eager to get a job. Those that are doing 5 to 6 months course, by month 4 to 5, you guys should be fully ready, to get a job. You guys should be job ready. All right, so let me just take you through the processes or the process of applying. First and foremost, you go to our website. I believe Daniel Inechi is going to post that very soon, or if you guys don't already have that, please let me just share my screen so that you can see The website, where is it? Okay. Please confirm if you can see my screen. Can anyone see my screen?
Yes, we can see
Yes,
it.
I can.
All right, great. All right. So first and foremost, like I said, first thing you need to be ready. You need to be putting the hard work. You need to be ready to work and ready to learn and coming with your determination and zeal. Then let me start with the website, which Daniel will most likely posts on the group chat now. So when you get to the website, you'll see something like this. This is our page, our own page. You go to the programs because the fellowship is under programs. Go to programs website. Sorry, guys. All right. Sorry about that. That was my network. Let me share my screen again. All right. You go to the programs website, then under this particular drop down here where we have programs, go straight to fellowship. You can click that you can click on fellowship, or in case you already have a particular course you want to apply for, you can just go directly. But I prefer clicking on fellowship where we can see all those things and what's it called? Our testimonials and everything. Then some information you might actually need to know, they're also on the website. Then we have all the courses. Take, for instance, I want to apply for .NET. I'll click on view training. My mouse is just slow. All right. So this website is also going to give you, like I said, so many things you need to know about the job. Like it's saying you become a soft after .NET developers, giving us some information about how much .NET developers earn annually, and also what you're expecting to learn in this training. All right. So from there, you just click on apply now. Like I said, there are programs for 4 to 6 months. No, there are programs for 4 months, while there are some programs for 6 months or 5 months. All right. So clicking on apply now. All right. So first and first, we have some this .NET now has 3 levels. We have the beginners levels, we have the intermediate level now, and we also have the advanced level. They come with different costs. Like you see, beginners, for instance, is about 240. The intermediate is about 360. Then advanced is about 180. And okay, the good thing now is that we have discounts applicable for this training. If you enroll for all three levels, you get a 25% discount. For instance, if you have this beginners, intermediate, and advanced, for instance, if they're about $100, 3 of them combined together, they're about $100, you get a 25% discount. That means you only get to pay just $75 out of $100. But if you enroll for 2 levels, for instance, let's say fundamentals and intermediates, you get a 15% discount. Or you can decide to enroll for intermediate and advanced, you get a 15% discount. And when you click on enroll, it will take you to a form where you fill all this information. And there's this place where they ask you to choose your preferred levels. You can also choose more than one levels. Like I said, if you apply for the three levels, you get a 25% discount. And if you decide to just only apply for 2, you get a 10 to 15% discount. But if you're choosing just only one level, you pay the the normal price. And you can also choose your preferred location. So we have schools. We have one in Ogun State. We also have one in Lagos State, and you can also decide to do your training fully online. You don't have to be physically present at anywhere. You can be online, which is also very effective and also very good. Yeah, then you choose your payment option. You can pay in full or you pay in installments. So when you're paying in installments, you need to make a 70% down payment first. When you're paying in installments, you have to make a 70% down payment first. Then you can now spread the remaining 30% across. Probably the fundamentals will be for like 2 months or 3 months. They can spread it across 2 months. And yeah, then when you submit application, definitely you will get a response from the team. So this is what we are using for now. I'm pretty sure by next week, the website is going to change where you can also pay online, just in case you decide to pay online. And and I also like to discuss about our schedule. So what we do here at the Bob is we have our classes are from Mondays to Fridays. After that, Mondays to Fridays, you have 3 sessions a week from Mondays to Fridays. So for instance, .NET could be Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, or Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Anyhow, there's a timetable. There'll be a timetable that will be prepared for the particular track. So it's 3 sessions a week. And out of that 3 sessions, there's 1 online session. So it's going to be 2 physical sessions and 1 online session. But for those that want to do theirs completely online, it's still fine. You have 3 online sessions straight. Either choose from Mondays to Fridays. Like I said, the schedule will come out once you applied. Okay, I think okay, yeah. So that's basically all about how to get into the program and our schedule and timetable. Thank you, Favor.
All right, thank you so much, Korede. I think that was quite straightforward. Can you please just help us with dropping the link to the websites in the chat box so that people can visit the links themselves? All right. So let's move forward. I think we are now at the Q&A session. So I would like for you guys to text me your questions or text me whatever questions you have. You can just raise your hands in the chat box. You can just raise your hand in the chat box if you have any questions. So move ahead. Okay, Ademola Adewi. All right, you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So my question is the fellowship only for graduates, because I'm seeing NYSC.
Hello, Favor.
Favor, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. So I was saying, Korede, can you please go ahead and answer that question? He said that he was asking if the fellowship is only for graduates.
Oh, okay. No, the fellowship is not just for graduates. As a matter of fact, I had someone this previous cohort that has not even entered university that actually applied, and the guy applied for DevOps. As a matter of fact, the guy was the first person to get a job. Not just a job, it was the first person to get 2 jobs as a DevOps engineer at the Bob. So it's not just for graduates. Anyone can apply. So far, you're ready and you have the basic knowledge of computer. you know how to operate your system or your computer, you know the space bars, just general knowledge of a computer, you can apply.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, Ademola, I think that answers your question. Emenike, you can go ahead and ask your question. Emenike, are you there? You can go ahead and ask your question.
All right. Thanks so much. My question is this: can someone who is not from a software engineering background or from DevOps engineering or who is not a programmer go into DevOps, or you need to have software engineering background before going into DevOps? Hello.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
That's a good
take that
question.
also.
Mr. Emenike, that's a good question. All right. So like you don't have to have any background. So what we do at Bob is we train from zero experience to a level where you're job ready. Okay. So like I said, sorry about that. We train from a zero experience to a level where you are job ready. So you don't have to have any knowledge in any programming language. Well, what we do is before the start date, we just we give some materials for you to just learn ahead. So you come into sessions ready, but you don't need any experience.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, let me take Solomon's question. Solomon, you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Favor. My question is going to Korade. He said the website is going to be worked on, like they're working on it. In which aspect? I don't. What are they going to do about the website? Because okay, for instance, let's assume I want to go for data analysis course, and then so what are they going to do there? Because let's see the price I'm seeing here, I'm seeing for data analysis now, data analytics, I have fundamentals and professional course, which let's say I want to go for the two of them. So if I go to apply and I select the two of them, are they working on the amount that is here, or this another thing they're working on? I don't understand. Thank you.
My guy is in our amount. No, we are not working on the amount. We just some few designs, and we also want to try and add like a payment gateway where you can also pay online. So these are just the few changes we add. It doesn't have anything to do with the pricing. It doesn't have anything to do with changing the costs or anything. It's just few changes in the design and also payment gateway.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay, let me see. Okay,
And so
Solomon,
sorry, Favor, sorry.
all right.
Yeah, so Solomon, when you apply for enroll for the 2 levels, you also get a discount for enrolling for the 2 levels.
Okay, I've gotten that already.
All right.
Okay.
Favor, go ahead, please.
Okay. Solomon, you can go ahead and ask your question. Oh no. Wait, hold on. Let Ademola ask his question.
Hello. What I want to ask is for the JavaScript stack, there is React and JS. Are they separate? Are we going to like choose between React, JS, or JS? Fronted or back?
Okay, yeah, Ademola. So the levels are level 1 is fundamentals of JavaScript. Level 2 comprises of 2 different aspects. So you either choose between front end or backend. So front end is with React and backend is Node.js. But the good thing is, just in case you want to do full stack, so you can either choose one now, then by I think about May or thereabouts, you can also come for the backend, or you decide to choose anyone, whether you want to do the backend first or the front end first, but you just have to choose one first.
Okay, I want to ask, does other people not have questions? Fred, is it only Solomon and MNK that have questions today? But Solomon, you can go ahead and ask your question.
That's my question already, except you want me to ask another one, which I'm still thinking of that one. I've asked my question already and you have answered me.
Your hands are still up. Okay, MNK.
Oh, sorry, my hand is actually bending me.
Okay, thanks so much. The question I would like to ask, since you said, because you gave an example that is using the Mr. Korede, you gave an example that for JavaScript, that more like there are 3 different levels: the beginner, the intermediate, and the last one. And if you are taking the 3 courses together, more like they are giving you 25% discount. Okay, I'm making a reference to DevOps. Like for DevOps now, how much will it be for the 3 levels? Then that is for the first, second, and the last level. How much will it cost for DevOps? Or are they also giving the 25%? Then secondary, your Lagos, because I actually prefer Lagos to join the Lagos cohort. I don't know the months that you'll be starting the Lagos cohort, whether it's in January next year or whether it's in any other scheduled month. So my 2 questions for DevOps, if one is going for the 3 of them, does the 25% discount applies? If it does, how much will it cost? That is one. Then when is your next training starting in Lagos branch?
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you for your question. So let me start with the second one. So all sessions are starting January, whether Lagos or States, they all start in January. Then for DevOps, so this discount applies to all courses. You understand? So if you register for like you said DevOps, on the website, DevOps is about I think about $1,000 or thereabouts. That's for the 3 courses. Fundamentals is about $300. Then the intermediate is about $450. Then advanced is about $250. So I think in total is about $1,000. So if you register for the 3, you just get a 25% discount. So that means instead of paying $1,000, you are paying about that should be $750,000.
All right.
If I'm
Thanks
right
so
by
much.
the
Okay.
calculation.
Yes, you are right. That is a 75%.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thanks so much. Okay, please let me ask you. Okay, like this dollar, since the rates fluctuate, like today now it might be this amount, tomorrow it might be that amount, and is it that when the person is paying, that the person will be using the official dollar naira rate, or is it that the person will be using the market rate, or is it that the person will be using the day of registration rate, like what is the rate like? Because you know that dollar now, even federal government says they can't tell you that dollar will sell this amount next week Friday, for an instance. So why is it like? Is it that are you using the black market rate, or are you using the official market rate? Because since your rates are not in naira, if it's naira, you say okay, the training fee is 200,000 for an instance, just for the persons to start working for 200,000. But you know that if I'm hustling now to meet up, tomorrow dollar might increase. That means the person will keep on adding additional money every now and then. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, I get. Right. So I think Daniel, are you there?
Hi,
Daniel,
good evening.
Daniel, okay, sorry.
Yeah, I can. Okay. Korode is my Daniel, right?
Yes, you're
Yes,
Daniel.
yes.
Okay. So currently what we have is we are currently not using the black market rate. That is a good the advantage currently. Even though we review our never equivalent and updates. So part of the updates Korode mentioned is that we are going to be taking the Naira off the cost pages. So when you go into Paystack, so what will happen is we are just going to integrate Paystack, like part of the payment system we put on the website will be Paystack and Settle.me. So all you will see on the front end will be the dollar. When you go into Paystack or you go into Settle.me, those platforms would give you the Naira equivalent. But currently, what we have is we're currently using we're not using the black market rate. So that is to our users' advantage.
All right. Thanks so much.
Okay, I'll go ahead and ask you a question.
So I think Fred has been raising his end.
Oh, okay. Emenike, any other question from you?
No, ma. I'm okay. All right.
All right,
All right. Since. All right. Sorry. Okay, like me, I actually applied for this batch that started was in October or so. So when I just saw this webinar, I just decided to join. Okay, will I start the application process all over again, or my admission is still valid?
Let me answer his question, Korode. Favor.
No, Daniel, you can go ahead.
Okay, no. I said that I actually applied earlier for this batch that started is October or September, one of them, but I didn't join that very cohort, and I was offered admission in Devils. So will I reapply
this is
again?
Emenike, right? This is
Emenike,
right? Emenike.
Yes, sir.
I remember you applied for the last cohort, but I still don't know why you did not go through. Did you apply through student loan or you wanted to join upfront?
No, I applied through student loan then, but at the end of the day, I couldn't pick up to join.
Yes. So I think the problem, the fault was with our loan partners did not take in student loan for the last cohort, and even the present cohort, our loan partners are not taking in student loan. So the easiest way is if we want to join the next cohort that is coming on board in January. The easiest way is to either pay upfront or pay in installment. Currently, student loan is currently on hold. We are likely to introduce it back in the future. For the January class, this is either you pay upfront or pay installment. So we have your data. You guys will have your data. All you have to do is just facilitate by making your payment, and you'll be a part of the class for January.
Always. Like, sorry, the January class as the date they fixed. Sorry, can't be saying only me that question. As they fix the date for January class. So how to plan myself.
Yes, the date has been fixed. Korode.
All right, yeah. So he asked that as a date's been fixed for January class, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, a date has been fixed. That's going to be between 8th to 15th of January.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, Fred, I can see that your hands are still up. Do you have any question before we round this up today?
Thank you very much. I was starting to think that you guys have forgotten me, thinking that Emenike has started asking all the questions. I'd like to ask two questions, one for Daniel and one for Korode. Daniel mentioned when he was explaining project management and project design about the example he gave was about project management in business. So I didn't technically understand. So I'm Korede. When after the learning of JavaScript, during the learning of web app, the programs for web app design development like React and AngularJS, are we allowed to choose, or there's a particular program that you guys are going to teach us? Did anybody get that?
Okay, Fred. Fred,
Yes,
I
yes.
believe there is a particular program you'll be taught, even though I'm not really sure of which.
Okay.
But I believe there's a particular program you'll be taught.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Then
Daniel Nichi, I believe that the curriculum is online, right?
Yes, the curriculum is on the course page. When you go to the course page, it's the curriculum. You can also download the curriculum.
Yeah, Fred. So
Okay,
you
so
can
I
download the
think
curriculum there.
Fred can do that. Yeah. So that you can get the answers to your questions.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right. I think in the absence of none, I think someone was asking, where is the Ogun State Hub precise location? Is it Abeokuta?
Sorry.
Thank you.
I asked my question from Daniel. He has not answered it. I don't know. Is it on the way?
What question is that?
About project design and management. So the example he gave us about business. I need an example about technology so I can understand it better. I don't really understand the technological part about project management and design.
Okay, so Daniel, over to you then.
All right, thank you, Fred. I think the first thing is that you didn't get the words properly. It is product development and product management that I explained, not project.
Sorry, my bad. Sorry.
All right. So for product development, what they do basically is I can, from the questions already asked, I can see that some people are interested in front end, back end DevOps, and all of that. So imagine that you want to build an application. Say you want to build another Facebook application, okay, and let's call it Fred social media. How do you know where to? How do you know what color to use? How do you know where to place the submit button or the sign up button? How do you know where to put the home page or about us page? So there are people that is their work. They do the design. They're more like an architect. They design all these things for you and say, oh, for this Fred social media, this is how it should be. We should use color red so that we will stand out. And then let's put a touch of white in this place. Let's put this button here. Let's do this here. So they do that design. Okay. They use a popular tool called Figma. It's one of the major tools that they use to do this design. So that is.
So please, can I ask another question?
Sure.
Yes, from your explanation now, I try to say that project management and project design, they are the same thing as people that do UX, UI design.
So again, I didn't mention project.
Sorry, product. Sorry, my mind goes to project. Sorry, product.
Yes.
Product. Sorry.
You are very correct. Yes. UI UX they are not completely the same. UI UX is under product development. Product development is far bigger than UI UX design. But if you already understand UI UX, then of course it's part of product development.
Okay, I understand it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you so much for attending, guys. We look forward to having you be a part of the board. If you need more questions on you have questions on your course outline, just kindly visit the board website to see what you are going to be learning in your courses. visit our YouTube to learn more about the certain courses that you are interested in. So for example, if you're interested in product design or you're just in product development, just go to our YouTube page. You see there are a lot of tutorials and resources that are there explaining to you what the courses are all about. Also, to keep in touch, I think faster replies or you have more questions that you need answers to, the fellowship WhatsApp channel is perfect for you. You could just put in any question there and we'll respond to you immediately. I think it's time to bring the meeting to an end. I would just like to say thank you so much, everyone, and to my colleagues. Thanks for being here and taking out time to do this. Thank you also to our alumni. I wish you you have enjoyed the rest of your day and weekend.
Thank you so much, everyone. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
I communicate. The meeting has ended. Communicate. I communicate.